Okay, Thursday the 15th, we're back to lower body. So we have 5, 6, or 7 rounds, which we all know is your choice. 8 forward jumps, 4 steps back, 10 lateral lunge to kick, 12 straight leg deadlifts, and then our part 2. And again, there's a stupid little mark above Tabata timer. Maybe I'll fix it before I send it out to too many people. Like that little dash that's like for our hit Tabatas is on the paper. It's not supposed to be. Anyways, part 2 is Tabata timer, alternating reverse or front lunges. So that means you're doing it to your Tabata timer. So 8 forward jumps, 4 steps back. Looks like this. 1, 2. Lateral lunge to kick. This is one of my favorites. Lateral lunge, kick, lateral lunge, kick. Do the same thing on the other side. And straight leg deadlifts. Another one of my faves. And last one, alternating reverse or forward. So forward just goes forward. Reverse goes backward. Okay, so before I talk about the first part, I'm gonna talk about the second part, the Tabata timer. So if you are not familiar, when you go into your Timers app and you do your hit Tabatas, or one of the part 2s tells you like pick between 20 and 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest, you are manipulating the Tabata timer to have the time that you want. If you didn't change any of the numbers and you hit start, the Tabata timer is 8 rounds of 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off, okay? So that is what it is if you don't touch the numbers. So that ends up equaling 4 minutes, okay? So you get a very, very short rest, 10 seconds, but your work is also short, 20 seconds. You're just doing a lot. Like I said, 8 rounds is a lot of rounds, so it equals out to be 4 minutes, okay? So that part, all you're doing is forward or reverse lunges the entire time. So 20 seconds of lunges, it's gonna give you a 10-second rest. 20 seconds of lunges, 10-second rest. 20 seconds of lunges, 10-second rest until the timer is done. So it's your choice if you wanna do alternating, like do 4 rounds forward lunges, 4 rounds reverse lunges, or if you want to do all the same. If you're interested in knowing the reverse lunge, it's going to help with your hamstrings and your butt muscle more. Your front lunge is going to work more of your quad, the front of your leg, okay? If you're interested to know the difference. So it's up to you what you want to do there. Remember, when you do the lunges, you always want to have railroad, meaning I can see both of my feet at all times. I can see both my feet at all times. And when you sink down, keep your back straight and keep your knees, ankles, hips, and shoulders forward, okay? Now, for the first part, 8 forward jump, 4 steps back. For this part, you want to jump. And I don't mean like you're going to sink down, swing your arms back, and lunge forward, and then you're gonna stay low. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. You get the point, okay? So you wanna do a nice, big, explosive jump, okay? Forward, not up in the air. Now, if you are somebody who can't jump, you're clearly not gonna do this one, so refer to the bad knees, can't bend video in the resources video and come up with a totally different exercise, okay? The second one, lateral lunge to kick. So I don't remember if we talked about lateral lunges or not, but this is the one where you step out to the side, okay? So we're not turning to the side per se, but we are stepping to the side. So your feet are forward, you step, take a big step out to the side, and now when you go to the side, everything is gonna sink to the side. So you wanna imagine, sorry, I'm like burping, that there was over here like a hole that you're trying to sink into, okay? So you step out to the side and everything starts to shift, okay? So when you go, everything shifts to this side, right? So your butt goes backward, diagonal to sit in this hole back here, okay? It shifts. Now when I shift like that, I have no weight on this leg. All of my weight, my whole body is now on this side, on this leg. So what it looks like from the side is this, looks like from the front is this, and what it looks like from the other side is this, okay? So my butt is back, and it's in a pretend hole, okay? So it's here, and then you're just gonna press up, okay? So everything sinks down, press off, sink down, press off, okay? So when you get to this side, you wanna make sure, you don't wanna just come here, okay? That is not low enough for me, okay? I know I need to go down, I need to sink. So what I think about is I think about sinking enough where I can actually go up on my heel on this foot. So if I did this, yeah, I could do that, but I can also do it without it. If I go really low down, it's like it automatically lifts up because I'm so low, and it's like I'm taking all the weight away from this leg, okay? So I sink down really low, I press up. Now, when I press up, I'm gonna kick. So I sink low, I return. So when I return, I step in, and then I kick, okay? So I sink down, I return, kick. So when I step back up, I kind of plant my foot nice and good because I'm about to take this foot off the ground, okay? So I do my thing, I come up, and I lean to the side, and I kick. Your kick does not have to be fancy, it doesn't need to be judo, it doesn't need to be anything. It's just fun, and it's just a way to make this move a little bit harder. So it's hard to fit it in the frame sometimes, but I sink down, I stand up, plant it, kick. 1, sink down, 2, sink down, 3, okay? So like I said, nothing crazy, just kick your foot. If you are not able to do that, you're gonna sink down, return. Sink down, return, okay? And then straight leg deadlift. So we talked about deadlift form a lot so far, which is good. So we should have some practice. You are going to have the weights in front of you. Your feet are gonna be shoulder width or maybe a little bit farther apart. And you're going to start. You're gonna push your butt and your hips back to the wall. That's gonna create your back to fold. Your arms are gonna just run down your legs, not because you're reaching, but because your back is folding naturally. You're gonna hit a point where your hamstrings are pulling like crazy, which is right here for me. It's always about mid-shin. Stand up. Slow lower, hit that point, stand up. Notice how straight my back is. Look how straight that is. You don't wanna be like this. Any form of hunching or rounding is gonna kill your back. Maybe not if you're using light weight, but eventually it will. So, hips move back. Automatically your back is gonna go down, and you just gotta focus on keeping it straight. So it doesn't matter if you never wanna have totally locked out knees when you're doing any kind of exercise, so they always have bend in them. It doesn't really matter how much they bend, okay? So push back, go. If you're taller, it might look more like this. I actually have fairly short legs, so I don't need to bend that much. But you wanna make sure that you are feeling the pull in your hamstring without reaching with your arms, okay? Because the minute that you reach with your shoulders, you go from a straight back to a rounded back, okay? So even the slightest drop in your shoulder, you're already creating a rounded back. And I already talked about the Tabata timer, so if you have any questions on that, it might be easier if you just pull it up and hit start so you can understand what I'm talking about, because if you've never looked at a Tabata timer, you might not understand what I'm saying by me just saying it. But if you open up your timers app, go to Tabata timer and just hit start, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, okay?